Well, I think it's very important, of course, that this is another episode of Unnecessary Talk with Brian Sturges. I am that Brian Sturges. You? I don't think so. Timothy Hall. And that's it.
Yeah.
At Mr. Brian Sturges, at Timothy Hall Music, Poor Life Choices TV, whatnot. I'm very rushed.
You're looking good, Brian.
Thank you. Oh, yes, thank you. Let's get it.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you're clean shaven. You got your checkered shirt on.
Got more chins than a Chinese phone book. But that's okay.
Yeah. Ooh.
It's not a good angle. Not a good
Always
angle.
messing with my lighting.
Oh, yeah. You're looking good. You're handsome. You're looking good. Look, we're both clean. You know what it is? Because both you and I are attacking 2022.
Yeah.
Right? We're trimming. Because really, the first step to getting life together for a man is removing any sort of unnecessary weight.
Yeah. Yeah. But the
like
kind
a
that's
swimmer.
easy to remove. Yeah.
I'm slick, right? I'm in there. I don't need a cap, but you get it, right?
Oh, yeah.
I used to, you know what? I used to swim competitively.
Really? I believe because of the shoulders.
Yes.
Shoulders alone, you're swimming.
Yes,
I
the
know
butterfly.
this.
That was
The most inefficient way to swim, the butterfly stroke.
yeah. You know what?
It looks like you're drowning and swimming at the same time.
So, right outside of 1192 Studios, there is a 100-piece seafood oyster bar.
There
That
is?
should be outside your door right now. Okay, so we're going to watch you eat 100 pieces of various seafood. It cost me $300, but it's worth it. So there's oysters, there's clams, there's raw everything.
Oh, I'm so excited about it.
I'm an honorary Cajun. My
nice.
mug is on the other side of the screen. I meant to pour this coffee into the other coffee mug. But you want to know what's funny? I don't know where that shop is. Like I don't know where
You still
one
can't
could
find
buy
the
anything.
Four Life Choices.
It's been a thing. You know, this week has been a week of like, I'm going to knock this out in 2 hours. I'm on day 3.
Of
you know,
being...
technical nerd zeros, ones.
Oh,
I don't
yes,
want to
of
talk
course. Yeah.
sexuality, but it was definitely binary. You
Yeah.
know, it was-
Ones and zeros, baby.
yeah, that's it. Which is funny because my parents always said I was number 2.
Sad. It's so sad.
Well, here we are again. We're going to, I kind of have to throw out my playbook.
Yeah. Or at least, you got to
Because let's
earmark
see.
it, save it for
1,
later.
2, 3, 4. 4 out of the 5 things that I had planned for this morning are no longer available to be done.
Yeah, we got to think on our feet. We got to be like zipping and zapping.
Improvise.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh, that's the early morning stuff.
I'm a mom now. The little Sauvignon Blanc, which is also the name of a stripper that I once had to pay for.
What?
You know, I don't know what you want to talk about.
Ooh, this is gonna be one of them shows.
Can't say I wasn't prepared, but that's okay. I mean, it's not good. It's not good.
Are you describing this episode?
It's not good. Yeah. It's not. This whole thing reminds me of the time that I was once in Westwood and I had leftover pizza. And there was a homeless woman, right? Unattractive because you don't ever see a real hot one, right? And she was all methed out. And, and she's like, "Can I have some money?" And I said, "I don't have any money." I was like 21. I was like, "But I have this leftover pizza." She's like, "Carbs."
Carbs.
She's like, "That'll bind me right up. I don't want that." I was just like, "Oh, okay." So, you know.
Bind. Yeah.
It was
She's
she
talking
was almost
constipation,
insulted.
right?
She's like, "You know, I live on the streets. I can't do car." She's like an LA homeless woman. So she's like, she's Instagramming from the methadone clinic. She's like,
Feeling cute. May delete later. You know, speaking of, and this may be insensitive, but sometimes when I think about, could I be a homeless man? Because I could be. You know, it just takes one life change for me, and I'll be living.
I don't know what life change that would be. It would be the death of your wife.
if the lady leaves me, I will be making room underneath the Santa Monica Pier or wherever. Maybe
Let me ask you a question. Are you insured? So if an accident was to beseech her,
I don't know.
You know,
I am not up on the.
You should take this out. But my friend Rocco Alatoro, which I think was the character from.
Oh, you know a guy, huh? Right.
Rocco, he he makes wives. Go grocery shopping for a very long time.
Oh, jeez.
What would you do? Not to. So let's say, right?
I've made
crank
plans.
Derailment. Quick.
Yeah.
Right. You're doing this. You're in the middle. You get a text message that says,
"I'm out."
Train derailment.
Oh God.
Right. She's like, I'm texting you from heaven. Don't forget to take the dog out. Right. Like,
yeah. Oh yeah. I got to do that. I'm in trouble.
She's mad. She's like, take your shoes. She's like, you need an app that you can communicate.
Right.
Also, I feel like touching yourself is weird if Santa and all of your relatives are there looking down on you. Like, do they look away? Like, if you're like your great grandfather's here and you're like, he's like, Jebediah's like, I'm out.
Yeah. Oh, look over there. Yeah. Yeah. It's probably the same as when you're taking your dog out and, you avoid eye contact while they're pooping, I mean, maybe you.
Yeah, the dog does not. Yes, but if you remember when I moved here to Punxsutawney.
Yeah, you and Phil came together.
Yeah, Phil is when I was looking at the palatial estate. Coyote, you had those Pennsylvania.
Oh,
coyotes.
That's right.
The coyote was going around, and I'm looking at the place, and he's like, "Oh, my coyote!" He looks at me. Unbroken eye contact and squats. And he defecates upon the land that he let me know was his. Like old shaman. Like an old, you know what I mean? I see it now. Because that coyote eyeballed me. And he was like, you thinking about moving in? Let me show you this.
Yeah. Oh, it was a struggler? It wasn't a smooth one?
But it was like, but he was communicating a message both with his anus and his eyes.
Yeah.
Much like Joe Pesci's acting skills. I don't know if you've seen his early work.
So anyways, I'm thinking, I would set up some sort of, I wouldn't go for underneath the overpass because everyone's doing that. So I'm thinking bluffs. I go into the bluffs.
Bluffs are nice.
I know that there's like a landslide, mudslide, rain situation, but I think I could make something nice in there. And the nice thing about the bluffs, and this is what I was going to get to initially for the whole reason for this, is the one thing that I'm worried about when I'm homeless is I don't have a bathroom. Because she was saying that it would bind her up. So you got to be a little more conscious. You're like,
right. Yeah.
I can't have spaghetti sauce, I don't, because
the acid really gets to you, huh?
Yeah.
Interesting, but yeah, but what would you really do? And now let's say, right, train derailment, but there's been no legal thing, so there's no money. You get nothing. It's out, and anything she has, including possessions in which to sell, they're all gone, right? Whatever,
yeah,
whatever it is, you are now on your own right now. Boom. What do you do?
Brian.
Is this how we're doing phones? Yes.
Listen, I'm outdoors.
Yeah. What do you mean? Like you're camping?
Like literally outdoors. I can't go inside. I need a place to stay.
Just open the door and walk. Just walk inside your home. What's the problem?
Not that easy. It's gone.
What's the problem? Just go home to your wife.
Oh, here's the thing. You know that Union Pacific?
I don't understand. Well, yeah.
I'm on a cell phone now. I switched over.
Hello? Long Island Sound LK774. Connecting. Ding. I know the sound of 2 nickels hitting a penny job, Mr. Something from Funny Farm with Chevy Chase. But honestly, so you're we're gonna keep this.
Oh, well, we're back at it.
I got 2 phones. I got stereo. We got BlackBerry stereo.
Oh man, he's talking to his agent. He's talking to me.
This is my new business card. I'm like making deals. Yeah.
Well,
I like to collect cell phones, and I leave them around the house. And the lady's like, "I've never seen that phone before." And I'm like, "Don't ever open it.
Yeah.
You never want to open that one." Yeah, I'm going to wipe that down. I do have quite the collection of.
Yeah, you could make, a couple bucks on those.
I can make a couple calls.
Yeah, and a couple calls. You pay for all the lines, of course.
They're actually vastly different sizes. I know this is fascinating. Anyway, so, all right, but honestly, it's over, right?
Yeah.
Right, we're on the phone, so call me back. Let's you know what? Reset the scene. We got this. We have this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right? I'm at home, cleaning my phone. Go ahead.
Ring, 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 ring.
Moshi.
B. Ryan, what's up with it? Vanilla face.
What it is, just having a little white wine at 10:20 in the morning.
Nice. Hey, I got to tell you.
Could you hurry up? These are costing me 5 cents a minute.
Oh, geez, I didn't know you're still on that payment plan.
Yeah.
I'll make it quick then. I'm outdoors. I got no home, right?
What do you mean you have no home?
There's a Union Pacific situation. She's out of the picture. How's your garage? You cleaned out your garage, right?
Well, I don't understand what you're saying to me. Are you saying your wife was jogging down a railroad track with her earbuds in, watching last week's episode of Unnecessary Talk with Brian Sturges?
Yeah, and then she made a hard left.
Distracted by such comedy and rugged flatulence.
Yes, it's such flatulent vocabulary.
Flatulence seemed. She technically, the train was stopped at the station.
Yeah,
but she was running. She's like blonde hair, bones, iPhone parts everywhere.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
That is exactly. I don't know how you knew it, but that's exactly what I was saying.
Well, I saw it on the news. Yeah.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
What are you gonna do now, bud?
Well, I'm currently furloughed or whatever, and I was thinking maybe I'm on
record
hiatus.
this podcast on Friday. Is that cool? You still down to do that?
Oh yeah. Maybe available a lot more than Friday. But I was wondering, you cleaned out your garage a little bit, I hear. Maybe there's a little place near the washing machine that
I did.
Maybe a guy could, sleep.
Are you telling me you're currently a vagrant, like some sort of Norman Rockwell-esque child runaway with a bindle and a police officer sitting next to him at a kitchen counter?
Yeah,
reference. If you find that, I'm impressed with you. I got to be honest with you. It's too deep, unless you're like an old artist from New England.
Oh, I'm gonna have to listen back.
You don't like Rockwell? You don't like Norman Rockwell? Oh, I guess we should keep talking about your dead wife.
I call him Norm.
Norman Rockwell was one of the greatest. Saturday Evening Post. So
Absolutely.
many covers. No. It's fine. His wife died. Yep. Sorry, that's my boss, Charlie Okowski.
Oh, jeez.
Well, listen, come on over. We have a lot of work for you to do.
Good. Gainfully employed.
Yeah. I don't know if you're into latex. Is that your thing? Okay, so I've been trying to find a guy. I don't know if you're into water sports, and I don't mean jet skiing, but I kind of mean peeing on your face. Okay.
Oh, jeez. I mean, I'll be over. I got no other choice.
This is what happens when there's a plan, and then the plan is no longer there.
Yeah, you get
this is what happens.
Yeah.
This is what happens. I'm out of minutes.
Successfully executed.
Bit.
Total commitment. Oh. Yeah, check that one off the list.
Oh, goodness.
Woo.
Couple of situations I want to talk about.
All right.
Like a true narcissist and egoist, which is a word I've just created, I sometimes will listen to the podcast. So the podcast will come out. I say, like, you'll put the podcast up.
Oh, you put it on you listen to it through the podcast app, like, or are you listening to the YouTube version?
I'm looking at the view. I'm watching what you've put up, basically, and they're not actively sitting there watching, but I'm like, because I say you can't be canceled with no gigs, but I should talk about that. I need to come up with things to talk about during this. It's like an improv conversation. While I was listening to it, I noticed that I have a tick. That I say the words, over and over again like I'm simple.
Oh, yeah. I think a lot of people have that one.
It's too much, though. I was like, anytime I'm making up shit, I'm like, Josh kicked some guy in the head with his foot, It's like, it's almost like a Pesci. It's half Pesci. It's back to Pesci's a-hole. Right?
Yeah.
Hey,
Okay.
I wanted to take one of that episode and just do a cuts. Like, I got to do the thing where I can search by the words.
Yeah.
Right. And then I would be interested to see how many went like, when they show the clips of,
they call it a super
player
cut.
being like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
I mean, he says that 150 times. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
He's a white guy from the Cavaliers, so don't make it fucking weird. That was one of the, but basically I keep saying, and it's like it's no good,
It's no bueno for you. It's better than though, probably, right?
I don't know. There were way too many.
Okay.
There were way too many.
I'll see if I have one.
A lot on the show.
You also lie a lot on the show, is that what he said?
It's almost like I do. There's something else I should mention. I started to do a handful of stand-up, and I keep playing these clubs, but they notify me like an hour after we film the podcast for the thing. So for the last month or 6 weeks, I keep getting the gigs, but then I don't have time to promote them on here.
Yeah.
Because by the time we're done, and then they're like, blah, 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 and they don't come out. So the point I should put my dates on a website that no one, I haven't been on my website. My website may be down.
That's true. It's right next to the store, right?
I have no idea.
Floating in the
Find
ether.
the mugs. If you find the mug app, let me know. But I'm playing anyway. So I'm doing the stand up and I'm doing all this stuff, and I'm not good.
It turns out not good.
I'm not. Here's the thing. I'm playing Flappers a bunch. Flappers Comedy Club in Burbank, world famous comedy club, and they're very nice starting to book me. But I don't stand up this will sound very I guess, what do you call it? Not immature, inexperienced.
Naive?
Yeah, perhaps. But the difference between doing comedy that I'm used to from improv and comedy clubs, because I've performed in, we're talking like small black box theaters and whatnot.
Is it being prepared? Is that the difference?
It's people are there. They're looking at you, and it's quiet. At a comedy club, they're drunk.
Oh yeah.
They're eating food.
Volatile.
They're talking.
Yeah.
So I hadn't done a real comedy club with it's like food and dining and tickets and parking and blah blah blah. And I noticed and I have no material, right, which is not good. But I went out, and what I noticed was that the first time that I did it, I was like experiencing doing comedy stand up in a proper club for the first time. Right?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, this person is just eating a veal pop sandwich. And they're just talking here, which is fine. But I'm used to the theater where
Oh, you have everyone's attention. Or the intent is,
it's a different, where there's no alcohol, right?
yeah,
You're not eating. Yeah, you have your. They're there to watch you.
you're the focus.
But these
yeah.
people are like, you're eating a hamburger, and you're like one of 7 people coming up, and I'm the worst, and I don't even care because I just started. The other thing I have a problem with is I look too old to not be good. Because
Yeah.
if you look, oh, I just technically really started this 6 weeks ago, but they don't know that. They see a guy like, oh, he should be better
What if
for a man
you
his
put
age. If I
like
was
a
21, you'd be like,
what if you put a backwards baseball hat on and a slingshot in the back of your pants?
like Dennis. Oh, look at that. It's
Oh,
great.
amazing. Is this part of your act?
I'm Prison Mike. Yeah, that's-
Well, you're half a head mic. Yeah.
well, I tell you what, I'm not very good, but I'm a beginner at this, and it's funny that in that first one I was like, oh, this is not the same vibe. So while it's happening, I'm like experiencing this for the first time, right?
Yeah.
Then they wrote to me. I went back there a couple of weeks later, and it was one of those random nights, and there weren't a lot of people in the crowd. I was just like, so then I started crowd work, and the only people in there were the comedians. So that's never good. And then I'm booked. I got a gig on Sunday night. They don't know. The other comedians don't know that I don't know what I'm doing. That I have begun. They know the moment I get on stage,
Oh, yeah, yeah. Then they're like, oh, I get it.
but in the moment before, and it's so weird. Like, like a better man would quit already. Like if you're like, because once you get an age, you're like, I don't want to learn new things and be out of my comfort zone. Most people at this age are like, I'm going to watch CSI Miami.
Yeah.
You know. But it's a trip, and I'm very blessed. Thank you, Flappers, for booking me. Check them out Sunday night, and which I'm doing the Sunday shows, which is great because those are like the shit show.
Really? Yeah. Well,
So I'm
you're
like,
getting your feet wet.
Give me the shows that nobody wants, the 2:30 afternoon on the Tuesday, just so I can get some reps out because I don't have anything. It's like not only am I because improv is this what we're doing here. I can get on stage. Give me a topic. Tangerines, and we'll talk about tangerines and the vitamin C and how orange they are.
Wow, so
Whatever,
orange.
right?
Yeah.
But in stand-up, they'd actually like jokes and for you to be funny.
Right. Like with a beginning and a middle and an end.
Yeah, like a
punchline, all that
premise.
stuff.
So I've been trying to do the thing about the ladies and the kid, and the lady got mad at me. But I was like,
The lady got mad at you? Is that what you said?
well, 2 weeks ago I
That's
started
part of
with-
it.
Some of you obviously that have Googled me, you'll know that I had sex with my student. Of course, she was 37 and had one good egg left. So that took it. And then this week I was going to open up with, I'm getting married in a few months, and I don't know at what point I should tell her that I don't love her.
Oh, jeez.
Just for the audience. Now, I said that to the lady, and that like little innocent,
Yeah,
I'm
that's
like,
bad.
you're Vera from Cheers. You're not a real person. You're not a real human being in these stories. You're
Oh, yeah,
megalithic, right? Because she's a big girl. 350 pounds, a pure Southern woman.
Oh,
Big
yeah.
cankles. I mean, like big. She watches those 600-pound Life, and she's like, but
Yeah. Bunch of wimps.
yeah, I love her. See, I don't body shame. I like a big
You
guy.
never have. Yeah.
And when that forklift comes and puts her in a rented U-Haul, and we go to Denny's,
Yeah. Yeah.
that was at the
That was the backup.
Was that her walking backwards? Because that's what it sounds like. You see, honey, you're not real. You see, by describing what she's not, I hope she gets it. But I was like, what do you think of this? And it's always a mistake. They don't care about funny. They just like protect them.
Sensitive creatures.
And that throwaway turned
Just like
into
me.
like a little snowball into like, it's like, don't tell me you love me anymore.
Should we even get
To the point where I
married?
was just like, I don't even have this. I mean, lady, like you're not a real person on the show. You can't have, it doesn't matter. I could be like, just her cankle snapped in her astonishing way. It's not real. It's okay. But going out to the club, like, so basically, I don't have an hour. I have no material, no experience.
Check.
And I got to tell you, if you're older doing this, it takes a certain amount of, I want to say balls and arrogance, just to be like, well, I don't know what I'm doing. I just did it. I did a bad job.
And I want to do it again
2 weeks from now.
Yeah.
Right? Because in
all
my
about your
mind, when
mindset,
they
though.
see me, they think I should be better because I'm old. If I was 20, they're like, oh, he's working it out. But
Telling me you have that aging disease.
I have, Benjamin Button.
Yeah, the rapid. There is one, the rapid aging
where
one.
like you look
and it's not
84
good.
when you're 12, when you're
Yeah.
like, I just want to find love. I just want a handy in a dugout. Someone love me.
Yeah, in the bleachers.
Someone love me.
Yeah.
So anyway, come out to Flapper, see me take a hot doogie. And here's the other problem is now Flappers, right? It's a professional, so they're mixing the bill up. So I'm performing with guys that are performing on Conan and back like Seth Meyers, Letterman, like they've been on the Late Show 3 times.
Yeah.
And I'm like, set up? yeah. So it's almost like I'm more embarrassed to be performing in front of comics.
Oh, then the audience itself.
Right?
Yeah.
And then I try to
that makes sense.
in the green room, you let them know that I'm a greenhorn. It's not good. Like I'm too old and I look like this to be, it's not good. So I don't know.
You say
And
things like, I thought this room would be greener.
in fact, last week I said to the lady, all 350 pounds of her, I said, I should probably take a little time off, even though I've just started, and maybe actually sit down, carlin it, and try to really make something.
So wait, you're just going up there half cocked, as the kids say?
No cocked.
No
There's
cocked.
not a cock anywhere. I have no
Not
idea what
even
I'm gonna
loaded.
say.
Yeah.
I try to practice in the car driving from Punxsutawney.
Maybe it's all in the rhythm then. You just try to get the rhythm right, and it doesn't matter what you say.
Well, Gloria
You
Stefan.
Dennis Miller it.
But I'm so new at it. I mean, like if you do the math, I've done 15 minutes of stand, 5 minutes times whatever.
Well, that must feel like a long 5 minutes.
It is.
Yeah.
The last one, I was just like, you know what? Because there wasn't a lot of people there. I was like, I'm done. And the biggest laugh when I was like, I'm done with this. I just put the mic on. I walked out. I don't need you. But yeah, I have nothing. And then it's like being new, not having something and learning and not, you would think, oh, I could tell his jokes. Man, when you're up there and you're by yourself and all you hear is click clacking of the chicken piccata.
Oh. Like I made the other day.
Tell him Brian Sturges wants you to request the chicken piccata when you're at Flappers. But I don't know. It's weird to be like, oh, I was on the Late Show last night, just working out some material. How long you been doing this? Since I got in the car.
Yeah. Well, I started. Yeah.
But I wasn't going to do it, so I was like, take some time, finish your projects, and then really get to it, and then start. And then they booked me again, and then I
you
took
must
like
be doing
a night to
something
respond.
right, or at least filling up a hole in the schedule.
Definitely. But that's what you have to do. I mean, quite frankly, I don't want give me the worst shows ever because I don't know what I'm doing. I'm new, but it's intimidating. I mean, if some guy's been on the Late Show, it's just like, probably don't suck,
I couldn't even get in the car to go to the place to do it.
It's terrible. Well, that's my sickness. And I wasn't going to go this time. And when they wrote to me, I was kind of upset because I was just like, oh my God, because I'm so
Another
bad,
gig?
and I want to improve, but it's like, let me in my mind to focus. And then I took a night to think about it. And then it's like, you got to say yes. It's the whole thing. You got to go and you got to take hot dumps. And they're starting to book me on this. But this is like some of these shows, man, the people on there, they're like winners from American Got Talent or Last Comic Standing. This is where these people perform.
Yeah.
I'm like, you guys want to do an improv set? I got your back. What I love about stand-up is no one has your back.
Yeah,
It
that's what
truly
they
is a
say.
baller move. I mean, you improvisers are a bunch of bitches. I'm gonna be honest with you. I mean, it's great. It's a bunch of bitches. But the people that go up there by themselves, if you have the ability to sell out Madison Square Garden and for 90 minutes just talk a man in a sheer
Jeez.
microphone,
Yeah.
I mean, that's as close to a god as you can get.
Yeah,
Or
that's
goddess.
impressive.
You know what I mean? I mean, you know?
You know what I mean?
know?
You know?
You know? We should make a drinking
I
game
do.
where there, you know what I mean? Where there should be, for every 5 you knows, you take a shot or something or whatever. Take a sip of the beer.
You know what's funny is Laura, the lady does that a lot.
The you
She
know?
says, you know what I mean?
You know what I mean?
And she said it
Know
so
what I'm
much
saying?
that I started to be like,
I don't think
yeah,
I,
I'm closing in on it, but I'm not quite there. I don't exactly know what you mean.
yeah,
When
well,
I listen to a lot of podcasts, interviews with comedians,
unnecessary
and they all
talk
talk
around
about
series.
their that first oh dang, that is okay. This just in. uh, we just got word the missing member of our team it was rushed to the hospital and has been diagnosed with a bad case of snoring. So he was unable to be here today. It was too much.
I ride that guy's balls hard. I ride it because it's interesting. It's interesting being friends with a big shot, especially in his own mind. No, okay, I love you. No, but like, he's such he's a winner among a group full of losers. Like.
Oh wait, but we're the losers, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
I just want to make that sure.
I was just talking to him yesterday about the film festival and all that stuff, and I pitched a show called Science Bitches, and what it is, it's a sketch show about science, kind of like a drunk history, but you have Willis. You stick him in a tuxedo in front of like the fireplace with the high back leather chair and some books,
Yeah,
right?
Corinthian leather.
Right. Make him real smart, like, you know what I mean? Have the dog come over, lay at the feet. Maybe perhaps a nice briar pipe with a little latakia. Just a little bit. It'll stink up the room. She'll hate it, but just a little bit of latakia. Which is also the name of a woman I dated for 6 months in the early 90s.
Oh wow, how'd that go?
Not well.
Not good.
They don't end well. When you date like a lot of people for 20 years, you're gonna have a lot of enemies. Like there's definitely a gaggle of gals that are just like this motherfucker. This son of,
Yeah, you've got a reputation out there.
But I was like, you do science bitches and you do sketch comedy about science. You know what I mean?
You know?
So that was my pitch. And I said, we do 5 minutes at a time. So I like to pitch that show. Coming at you, Poor Life Choices Productions. He'll never do it. Never happen.
Or
He'll never do it. He'll never do it. Let me tell you what. I know
he'll
you
do
will.
it.
Listen.
He'll be the consultant.
Yeah. Anyway, so Science Bitches, check it out. Coming to poorlifechoices.tv.
Guaranteed.
I've been working on. Yeah. I have one more thing to do on that.
Oh boy.
Pretty good. But yeah, Willis is right now. They're pumping on his chest.
Yeah, stop snoring. Yeah.
Comedy, science. I don't know. It would be interesting. It's this town really. It's this town is. This is not. This is just a generality.
Okay.
But this town is really full of dreamers, and there's like dreamers that
Schemers.
do, and then there's like all these different layers. Like we know people. No matter how much you try to help them, they can't help themselves. And you're like, why? What am I doing? And the selfishness of 2022 is
Oh, it's going to be epic?
it's just basic business. You know what it is? It's selfish fellatio.
Oh.
I filleted you. I'm dry. Not a lick. Not a tickle. And that's everyone in this town. But then you look and they all fade away, and you're like, oh well, yeah. And it's trying to help people that are either lying to themselves. That's the hardest thing. Like I got some guys that post, they're like, I just yelled at a casting director because I was like, I'm awesome. And then 2 months later, he's like, I'm leaving LA. Like, what's interesting about having a large contact of people in entertainment is watching the complete unraveling and destruction of quitting. Because in Los Angeles, let's say that 99% of people quit. And I don't think that's an unrealistic number. I mean,
Probably
really,
not.
if you do entertainment for 20, 30, 40 years, I mean, how many people do that? How many people get in their 2 Geo Metros welded front to back and they drive to LA? Those are the heroes. And the problem with this town, if I may go on another bit, is that you're only valued upon your gig. So you're only valuable upon your own level of success, right?
Yeah.
Right now, well, I will use me for example, which is terrible, right? Right? No views. No one cares. No one's around. Nobody wants to be on. But if all of a sudden, for some reason, they were like, I like Zoom podcasts with people I don't know, and it blows up, right? Then everybody's like, hey, man, I'd love to be on it, right? And it's the town of selfish. I don't want to call, you know who they are. The people, okay, let me explain something to you. Losers with your large belt buckles and your dirty boots. I don't know what that means. I have all of those things.
Yeah, your belt buckles are
the people that move
enormous.
out to LA and going up there, I mean, that takes so much balls.
Yeah.
Just to move to the city. So in my mind, anyone that has moved anywhere to achieve a goal, in my mind, is a winner, right? You've gotten up or whatever, right? You've moved from Punxsutawney to LA. You're doing it. And even if you don't, and the problem is that until you've made it to a certain level, you're garbage. No one cares because there's so many people that so many people mathematically will fail that you can't even really help. It's over. So I would say that 99% of people that move to LA, and I don't think that's an unrealistic number, really. How many people do it for 20, 30 years? 1 out of 100? Now, of course, we've had the pandemic, but it's interesting to see. We're in our 40s. People are having kids, right? I've been doing this. I've been doing comedy. I've been doing comedy for 10 years. This is, January. Yeah, actually, this month.
Oh,
this
congratulations.
month will be my 10 years since I took my Improv 101 at Second City.
Nice.
But it is interesting to see the people that try, and then you can see the people that are having a complete breakdown of like not getting success, and it's so hard. And it's like, you get made fun of if you're an actor, you get this or whatever, but then everybody loves you once you're on it, right? Yeah. Once you're on an HBO show, all of a sudden you're getting free key lime pie at the diner.
Oh,
but if you're doing non-union extra work in Game of Thrones, they're like, your son's an idiot,
Yeah.
And then of course. No, I'm still at the bottom. So everything I'm saying is a view looking up.
From the there's
a couple people
the trampled. Yeah.
Well, like Mitzi Shore, it's a sin to encourage mediocrity, and which is why no one's encouraging.
That's my thing. Yeah.
But the town is so. Listen to me. I think you're a winner. Like if you've already done it, and if you are doing the proper steps to achieve a goal that you've set for yourself, you're already a winner. 2 other winners. But if you're half-assed in life and then you can't, I know so many people that don't apply themselves and then they don't understand why nothing's happened. It's so much harder for the person who's been doing this for so long and he still's not going anywhere, right? That's rough. You think it's rough to start and be like, oh,
I was actually talking to somebody I know, and she said something that I thought was interesting. She said,
I guess you could call that a dick.
Yeah. What did she say? It was something, the gist of it was, you got to work really hard to be good at something. And I was like, what? Everybody knows that.
You're nobody until somebody loves you, right?
Yeah.
Dean Martin?
Oh yeah.
Prima, whatever. But I really feel like that's true. So, for example, I'm playing Flappers on Sunday. You get three things like this asshole is promoting. But then you're like, oh, I got a gig on an NBC show as a thing. Oh, well, fantastic. Well, because now this town is based off, and we know people, it's like they're only helping themselves. I find that the people that are the most selfish don't actually succeed. Now, there's a difference of being a psycho and being egotistical, narcissistic, and using that. Like I would imagine the Whitney Cummings, who's like a genius, right? She's got to plow through all the bullshit to go to her level.
Yeah. Single-minded.
But 10 years ago, right? She does nobody cares. And that's the thing about the town. And you're only hot when you're hot. I don't know. And it's weird. People they're like, oh, well, I haven't seen you or anything. Well, I'm big in Japan, which is true. It's more of a weight joke. But, the list of my accomplishments don't meet other people's idea of what a person's accomplishments should be. While they put on their brown loafers and go work at KPMG as a certified public accountant. You know what I mean? Like, you're going to want to kill yourself unless you're a fan of this and you're listening to this. Then go ahead and hit and smash that like button and subscribe to this stuff.
I think there's a bell that you're supposed to click.
I don't know how this works. It's not going to happen.
Notified immediately when this comes out. You'll be the first to watch it.
So there's this guy. Last. I don't want to call him out. We'll call him Dan. This is nowhere close
Dan,
to his name. And we started at the same time at Second City, and it's like Dan loves karate and like heavy metal and like action figures and like you get it, right? Like he's still wearing Affliction t-shirts.
Oh,
you know what I mean? Like no, very skinny. Yeah, no. It's like draped off a body of an old man. But to see him, like, you're just watching him fall apart. There's a few people that I've watched, much like a show, an episode, where I'm just watching them like, oh, you're going to quit soon. And then you see them like, I can't believe I didn't get this gig. So I wrote to the casting director and I said, I can't believe blah, 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 blah.
The goal.
Right?
Yeah.
And then I called him. I said, you don't want, because he's ethnic, see, and he has other things. I don't want to call out in case people know who he is, right? And he's like, but I'm this, and this. Like, it's like, well, yeah, but you got to be good, buddy. That's still the thing. Like, you can be all those things, but you have to have some sort of talent. But so, and as someone who was casted and been a casting director and even for voiceover stuff, I really don't take it personal anymore. Like, it doesn't matter. Auditioning.
Right. It doesn't, it's not a measure of your self-worth.
It's a job interview. It's not even personal,
Yeah.
Maybe you're overqualified. Maybe you're underqualified. I'm definitely underqualified. What were you just saying?
Wait, when? At the very beginning?
So the guy, he's writing to them and he's like, I can't believe you wouldn't want to book me. I'm what's hot right now, blah, blah, blah. I was like, oh.
Dang. This
is the end. And it was like 3 weeks later, it's like, I'm moving out of LA. I'm going back to my mom's basement. So it was like, yeah, saw that.
Huh.
But there's a lot of them, and if you try and fail, you should. And that person comes home, don't be a dick about it. Hug them because they took a shot.
Right, yeah.
More than likely, you've never taken a shot in life, right? Most people will never do anything. Will never even attempt to do anything they want to do because they're comfortable.
Yeah, you're like one of them armchair quarterbacks.
You're wearing a pair of beautiful Rockports, all right? Framingham, Massachusetts, beautiful. Ah, God, right? You're like, I have too much support.
Oh, boy. Yeah. And check. Rant. Done.
Oh, so come see me at Flappers. When this comes out, it would have been 2 days ago. So come.
Oh, yeah.
Come, go back in time. And then obviously, if I ever get a show, that is I got to tell you, it really is scary.
Well, so
at my age,
Yeah, I'm very impressed. I'm impressed with anyone who does that sort of thing, specifically comedy, just because it is so. I feel like when you bomb, it's like getting slapped in the face with everyone watching you, right? So you're up there.
Deathly
they can
quiet.
see it on your face. They know you did it. You know you did it. And you're like,
I think I'm done here. And you put the mic in and you walk off stage.
So, do you think that you would feel less terrified if you had like a 3x5 card with a few notes
Well,
on
I've
it?
noticed that people do that.
Or they hold their phone, you know.
Well, for open mics, I think.
Oh, true, because they're
for
working on
open mics,
stuff.
bring your notebook and work out
Yeah.
material. But if you're, if people are paying $25 to come see a comedy show, like I feel like I should have more. I feel like I should, for the money that they're paying. I mean, I'm a sliver. I'm just a mistake in them, right? I'm a sliver of. I'm not.
Yeah, literally a 5-minute sliver. Yeah.
They stick me somewhere in the middle because I'm terrible. That's what you want to do. You want to start strong, shit in the middle.
Yeah,
Right? And the headline is out.
you're like the fluffer almost.
Yeah,
for the
I'm
next
okay with
guy.
it, right?
Yeah.
And now, cut for time, we bring you mid-rant. Take it away, Brian Sturges.
And you never met a larger group of than entertainers. How could someone work for you for 2 weeks and you never really thank them and you don't really send them any sort of thing? Send me a $100 gift card. Come on, you fucking cheap mother.
A crumpled AMC movie ticket.
Anything. It's a thing why there aren't a lot of men in this town because they don't understand it. They don't understand what is. I worked for you for 2 weeks. Why don't you do something for me? But they're not available. But all of those people fail. And you've all failed. And you're losers. Look at me very carefully. Everyone who I've ever helped who's ever helped me back, this is why you're exactly where you are. It's not me. It's not society. It's you. You are you. Your parents. Your children. Your cousins. Your dog. Your next door neighbor. Your cardiologist.
Ooh.
All of you. This is why. Okay? So now when I come to a restaurant, keep your thumb out of my gazpacho. Plus this cold. Take it back.
Yeah, heat this up.
But really, I gotta tell you, the rage, and I'm like, yeah. And they're not even being dicks about it. There's just a lack of, it's like, doesn't anybody have a father who taught them how to be a man in society?
Right.
You know what I mean? If someone does, it's very simple.
manners,
but
yeah.
they've all failed. They've all quit and failed. And where is that time that I could have spent on me? This is why. An example, right? You try to help people, they don't want help. They know that they're shit already. But they want to pretend they're not, but they know. And their actions show us that they know they're shit. And then when you're like, it's like, oh, I've never auditioned. I never got headshots. You know how many actors I know that have taken a class and they're like, why hasn't Spielberg called me? It's like, you got to it's show business, motherfucker.
Right. I've been sitting
So
here.
essentially, you've hired me. I came and I painted your studio. Now I have a studio to paint, but no, thank you. Right?
Get to
I
it.
help, and that's the biggest problem with this town. So I just sit. I take my pillow. I fill it up with cash. Right? I stick it on there, and I dream of all the losers that never thanked me. Right?
Yeah. That's how you get revenge.
All of you. Okay? Every single one of you. You know who you are. Your stupid comedy fucking bands and your musical that never happened. Okay? This is why you're an assistant manager of a Lady Foot Locker in Reseda. You're You're garbage. You'll never be nothing. Yourself. This has been another episode of Unnecessary Talk with Brian Sturges, and I am that Brian Sturges. Follow me at BrianSturges.com, Poor Life Choices TV, at Mr. Brian Sturges, at Timothy Hall Music, at TimothyHallMusic.com, at Fantastic Sam's, at GoFyourMother.org. It's a nonprofit for.
That's good. We support nonprofit.
I'm gonna have more wine. Right on. All you.